Good evening, all. So we have come back with a very interesting topic, and today I will talk about opportunity scouts. And what do I mean by opportunity scouts? I mean a group of a network of people who are their duty and job to collect information, assess from the globe, from around the globe, in order to help a certain country or a certain group to build to build a competitive advantage in knowledge and knowledge analysis and the quality of information. And in order for you to understand the benefit of this, we are entering a very global market. Yes, we see there is a tendency to we see there is a tendency for people to become more conservative about globalization, but global trade will never end. It will be fundamental part of wealth creation. It will be fundamental part of how things work. It will be fundamental part of the success of the developing nations in front of the developed nations. And on this topic, in order for you even to understand even more, let us give an example. A businessman wants to invest or to make a business or to create a certain business entity in a country A. He would need some support in terms of market access information, market intelligence information, and logistics support. He will need a group of information to help him to assess whether he would make the right decision or not. And this is very important for countries that is highly dependent on their human capital, because it gives them a competitive advantage on the quality of the information they have, on the level of information they have, on the shape or on the final output of the information they have. And on this topic I shall speak. So let's start. So the idea is that we are entering a very global stage where global trade will be fundamental part of wealth creation. The old business model has been always that we look at what we have, we look at our strength points within our country, and we try to look at markets outside our country. And I think this way of looking at data and this way of looking on how you establish your business models is quite limited. I think we are entering a stage where you would need to look at the resources at different countries. You would need to look at the markets at different countries. You would need to look at the consumer behavior at different countries. You would need to look at some business model, different business models in different countries, and you would need to look at different research, R&D, information and R&D levels in different countries, and the information that is being generated from these countries. And based on that, you need to gather all of these information, analyze it in a particular way, and try to build a group of business model that give you a competitive advantage within your set of objectives and set of principles. And this way of looking at the world is, some people say, it can be it will always be faced with some obstacles about tariffs, about customs, about different market access opportunities. But I would always say that not having the information will never help you to understand what is actually available. And having the information would give you an absolute knowledge about how you can execute a business or invest. And in terms of investment or in terms of business execution, it's different than investment. So we are not looking for people who are looking for investment opportunities in other countries as much as we are looking for people who are trying to build new business models using the different resources and different information and different business models from different countries to give their country or to give their particular group a competitive advantage. How this can be done? This can be done through a concept of opportunity scouts, which is a network of people distributed across the globe. It could be through embassies, gathering information on a daily basis, to analyze it on a daily basis, and provide continuous brief to their business councils group in their country, or to the business councils group that they are working for. And sometimes they can sell these reports to different people across the globe if this is the business model that they are working on. But the problem is the cost of implementing such a network, and in order for it to build some information that is feasible and practical, it will take time, and you need someone to really to raise and you need someone actually to raise the capital and to show that there is a business model and there is a business case for this information. And maybe he starts with the big markets like the United States and Europe, and maybe then he moves to markets that are less developed and less with less information, like countries in Africa or in Asia. And with that, he starts to think, yes, there can be a potential, or there cannot be a potential, or there can be a business model that is being generated or not here. And these group of people would need to share information in a creative way that help the whole group understand different elements of different sets of information, so they can analyze it together. And when they analyze it together, they can create a collective creative process to create different business models, to create different business solutions. This is not something new. There have always been market access services. There has always been market intelligence services, and there has always been market logistics support services. So these kind of services, different people from different entities, from different organizations are doing it. What we are looking at is trying to build a proper network that does not give just a service for a particular country, being limited to the group of information coming from a specific country or a specific market, rather than the group that can generate different information from different places. Why this is important for countries that is developing? Because they are, in general, they are rich with human capital, and one of the best things to utilize human capital is to gather and analyze and present information in a new way. This is one of the most cost-effective and efficient ways for collecting information, analyzing it, and presenting it in a feasible and specific way that can be useful for different business makers and businessmen, entrepreneurs, and industrialists and academic and so on, to provide it for the people within their country. That is being said, it's always important that the main advantage of this group is to give their country a competitive advantage, an economical competitive advantage, in terms of the size of the information, the way they analyze information, and the way how they present information. A lot of people will look at this as this is kind of an intelligence agency. Yes, it's an intelligence agency, but it does not aim to promote security information, because most of the intelligence community is associated with control. Yes, finance and money is part of control, but most of the intelligence agencies are looking at weapons, looking at population, looking at certain social behavior, social trends, rather than pure business economics, and pure business modeling features. That is being said, I think this would be very interesting, a very interesting solution for many countries. 2-3 countries can come together, invest in such a solution, and try to, especially the people with, especially the countries that, like, for example, Jordan have a lot of people maybe with PhDs and masters and some high level of education. Some countries does not have the same level of education, but maybe they have money, so they will come and say, okay, we'll invest and try to take a business council to achieve an opportunity scout network to push our interests. So if this is the case, Jordan must has demonstrated that their human capital is capable of gathering information, analyze it, and build a new business models out of it in a creative way that is useful for countries from both sides, from across the globe. That has been said. I think this is a very interesting concept, and I would be looking forward to see this happens in the coming years. I wish you a great evening, and we'll see you again. Take care. Salam. Salam. Yunus. Salam. I'm done.